Not there yet. Am I not there? Should be there. Yes. I'm there. I'm there. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Oh, there's people here. Okay. That's awesome. Already. Star Hunter in the house. Super cool. David, how's it going, guys? Greetings, all you wonderful people, says my friend Star Hunter. David's in the house. Greetings, salutations to all you earthlings. Must be some aliens watching. Almost positive about that one, too. And what else? Do I got this? That too bright? Maybe that'll be better. I'm trying to adjust a whole bunch of lighting here so I can see stuff. I think that's considerably okay. So it's never ending. Always some new news of things happening in space, and of course, I forgot to write it in the title. Actually, there was no room, but I want to talk about also the moon. What's going on? Apparently, NASA has been working on lunar base structuring for many decades, and far before they supposedly sent two astronauts to the moon. But that's big to differ. And we have a lot of different opinions on that too. Adam Truthfinders, good morning, sir. Thank you very much for being here. Elias, second thumbs up. Always greatly appreciated, brother. Merci beaucoup, mon frère. Thank you very much. Some interesting Australian news coming in, which it's going to be Australia. Well, actually, the news is coming out from Australia about them going to grow vegetation on the moon. But hang on. We're talking about a Beresheet project. India, Beresheet 1 crashed on the moon in Sinus Iridum. Remember? It crashed on the upper left side of Sinus Iridum. No. Why am I saying Sinus Iridum? Mare Serenitatis, guys. So sorry. Not far from there. So inside of Mare Serenitatis, where Bessel crater is, the line in the center, just to the left, opposite of the side where Apollo 17 supposed astronauts would have landed. And they also would have done something with the soil. They're talking about making oxygen with the lunar soil. They're talking about doing a whole bunch of things. Beresheet 2, a private who knows, private space association or space company, are going to be doing some testing on the moon. Listen, the Beresheet 1 crashed on the moon. Was it deliberate? Inside of Beresheet 1, there were tardigrades. I don't know if you're familiar with tardigrades. They're little living creatures that can actually live in minus sub-zero temperatures. They can even live in space. Wouldn't want to drop a few of those in space. Getting some of those big guys. Maybe we could shoot some of those tardigrades out into space that could actually pick up some of the debris, because we're not done talking about the debris. I talked about it a lot in the last stream, but there's still some interesting things, like some new regulations for the satellites, a whole bunch of things. 20 years, the satellites remain in the sky around Earth. And when they say that, well, they're decommissioned or that they're done or defunctional, they wind up in a geostationary orbit somewhere in a geostationary constellation, and they just sit there, right? And they turn at the same time, same momentum as Earth, but it's still a lot of debris. So any asteroid goes through there, it's going to hit the satellites. It's going to cause more debris. Thousands upon thousands, and now millions of pieces of debris. When they talk about the thousands of objects in space, it's because they're talking about the thousands of objects that they're actually tracking in space. There goes an olive. I wanted to sneak in a quick lunch, 6 olives. Well, after talking for a couple hours on the live stream, sometimes it really shows also that, yeah, not much light here, is there? Turn that on too, I guess. What's more annoying with someone with a big mouth? Someone who just sits there and smiles a lot. That's all I had done when the trolls were attacking the channel. I think a stupid smile sometimes is worse than than replying to them. I do both because I have fun. Star Hunter is here again. Thank you guys for the amazing support to this channel, and I notice there's a few new people that stop by once in a while the past couple of weeks. Anyways, it felt a little different. Hopefully that will continue. And for everyone, yes, sir. And for everyone here, well, and the ones that come back all the time, thank you so much for stopping by the channel, for checking out the videos, for the thumbs up, for sharing out the research. Always greatly appreciated. We have Elias Barnes. Thank you so much, man. Christopher Rollins, hello out there. Major Tom in space. I bet you some of you are in space. Well, we all are moving right now, anyways. Depending on where you live on Earth, some of us are moving faster than others. Also, Paki Samotaki, hello again. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Canada in the house. I shut and farted and peed on the floor. Wait, hold on. I haven't even started being funny yet there. Give me a chance. I'll get there. I always think something stupid. Bobana, thank you so much, you guys and gals, for being here. Yes, hi, Bruce. Hi, mods and community. We're having a good time today. We had a good stream last stream. Thanks so much for those of you who had the time to stop by. At the same time, the stream was at the same time as the launch at 1:09 or 1:07 Eastern time, where they're launching the double weather satellites, I believe, from New Zealand. And I was mixing it up with another launch, some other launch. It was, that's the one with the helium leak. I mentioned Orionid meteor showers. People wanted to know when they were. All this month and all next month, October and November. But October 20th is the peak. And there's also the Draconid meteor showers. They are this weekend. And what else? We have the moon. Is the full Hunter moon this weekend that is supposed to appear. I hope it's going to appear. I have some people telling me, Bruce, where the hell's the moon? I know it's odd because sometimes there's no clouds in the sky whatsoever, and it's not a cloudy day or anything, but it happens sometimes that we don't see the stars. Ever notice that? No stars, no moon or nothing. You're like, wait a minute. It's just a nice evening. It was a blue sky. Obviously, there's a layer of something because we're not seeing them, but very special. There are so many projects right now going on in space that it's mind-blowing. Well, Bruce, there's also on Venus, a private space association is investing themselves, no funding, going to Venus to look for life. Yeah, not little organisms. I think they're going to look for life, to go look to see if there's anybody there. And at the same time, living organisms, whatever you want. And at the same time, say to yourself that they're going themselves private organization. So whatever they find, maybe, just maybe with these people, sometimes we can get a chance to have some information leaked. Going to Venus. I had heard also, wasn't it Russia that was supposed to go send a manned mission, manned crew to, and woman, to Saturn, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think they were talking about that too. So some really interesting things. Ottawa in the house is hiring this channel. Thanks, man. Jackie M, how's it going? Your sister from Tennessee, USA. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A lot of states in Tennessee now. I have a lot of friends here. My American friends basically founded this channel when we started at the same time along with me. Americans were obviously we're on YouTube, but I got a lot of people from America, and I got to learn a lot about the different states and counties and areas. I'm always learning. Polk County, I learned about that the other day. Heard a bit about it on the news. Some bad stuff that was going on there, actually. And Christopher Rollins, I hope you see me, man. Am I here? I bet you can see me now. Cam's in the house. Good afternoon, my friend. Fellow Earth explorers. Yeah, well, amazing times. I get so freaking excited. And honestly, tonight I could have added another 20, 30 topics about things that are going on in space. And that's aside from what they're finding out about black holes. They just found another exoplanet. They're finding out the mysteries of why Neptune's rotating a certain way, which I only thought it was Venus. It was oppositely rotating. But a whole bunch of things coming up in space, aside from the full moon, also the Mars retrograde. Don't want to linger, but I mentioned it in the first stream. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty cool. And not so long ago, astronomers didn't understand why Mars looked like it was going ahead and then started going back on itself. And that was just because of a retrograde, just because of the angle of Earth. But those are things that they tell us. It doesn't mean it's absolutely true, right? Like, I often come on to my channel and tell you guys, well, I always do, information that NASA themselves and scientists put out there. It doesn't mean that I'm saying that I believe them. It doesn't mean that I'm saying, I'm just legitimately sharing the information and numbers. They talk about the sun being a distance. Well, I share that distance. I have my own opinion too. Maybe the sun is possibly closer than we think, or maybe not. We can come up with theories on both ways. I've heard theories on both sides. The sun really is where it is. And when you start doing really deep research, you go, well, maybe it is there, maybe it isn't there, depending on people. We have Super Dave 45 and also has his channel Super Dave 44. I freaking hope you are not in a YouTube jail again. Super Dave, I love you, man. Always giving me shout outs on the channel. I get community members that come over often from his channel. You guys can also check out Super Dave's channel. And the ones that pop up here, His Highness, Elias, Bobana, Christopher Rollins. I should name everyone. A lot of you have channels too. And what happens is that we are a good family here, a couple of hundred people. And what happens is that when you come here often, so once in a while, people go and venture over to your channel. It can happen. Super Dave does it a lot. Shout outs for other channels. People encourage themselves. Shout out for my brother, Super Dave 45. And of course, check out his channel, official channel, Super Dave 44. But that's his official backup channel, because always having to juggle between them, taking us bloody down and blocking us. So there's always something happening, eh? Really, honestly, always something that's going on. Hey, Peter Hyde, how's it going, man? Thanks so much, bro. Big thumbs up for Bruce. I love you, brother. Peter Hyde, thanks, man, for being here, being a member. And there's many ways that all of you are contributing to the channel, coming back all the time, each live stream. I can't thank you enough. That is one thing. People are annoying with their ads when they're talking about selling stuff and merch. Well, me, which I don't mind. I mean, I was younger. I was born in 75. I remember watching Archie Bunker, and there's like 12 minutes of the episode, and the rest are all commercials. But I like doing an extra thank you that I continually say, because honestly, I really do appreciate the people coming to this channel. I obviously thought the channel was going to explode in a big way. It did, but it's in the sidelines behind the yellow curtain. A lot of people know this channel now, and I've communicated with some professional people in the field also of ufology, some governmental associations. Now I'm really, really happy. I never vent about it. And it's not about venting. It's about being proud of doing one little tiny part and sharing some truth with some captures on the moon. All UFO captures and sightings wind up as data, so long the government and the Pentagon and MUFON and everything. So you have this big data dump of a whole bunch of captures, and some of them are pretty incredible. But if there's no reoccurrence, if the sightings don't happen a second time, they wind up as data, and people don't bring them up, don't talk about them anymore. Little baby steps. Thanks, Peter Hyde. Little baby steps that we're seeing, though. A lot is happening. Civilian reports are going to be coming out more. I mean, think of it. Just before the two first UFO reports, the Navy and all soldiers around the world were staying hush-hush, secretive about their captures and sightings, fearing losing their stations or posts or not being chosen for missions in the future. And the same went for some of the astronauts. But yet, most of the astronauts, if not all of them, have mentioned having seen something on the moon, whether they landed or were just in the atmosphere of the moon. I think either way, It's something. I think it's something pretty incredible either way. So, no, for sure. Teddy, how's it going? Teddy Rose is in the house. And thanks to all new faces, anyone coming by. That's really cool, you guys. If you take the time to check out what we're all about. Inspired wilderness. Jeez, Bruce. That's my puberty's doing that to me. I'm in puberty now. No, it's been over for a while. Inspired wilderness. There we go again. Inspired wilderness mentoring. I'm too inspired when I say say your channel name. And again, thanks again for becoming a member, my friend. Really appreciate it. All of you. It's so awesome. Elias Barnes is in the house. Thanks, you guys. Michael Stark. Hey, Mike. How's it going, man? What's up, Bruce? I'm doing well, bro. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to you, too. Love you, Super Dave. Thanks for being here. Hey, thanks for sharing that, Jackie M. Thank you very much. It was bad here, too. All day. All day. It was worse yesterday, but today again, as always, growing vegetation on the moon. They're going to crash something down on the moon or land something on the moon, y'all. And they're going to be building structures up there very soon, trying to find out a cement at the same time to fortify the launch pad so that they can land and take off. So we should, either way, even if they're only going to be going to the South Pole, apparently, if ever they get up there, because Artemis 1 is set back till mid-November. Well, they're going to have to, they're not going to be able to hide everything. I believe that we're going to be able to see some things. Also, some of the cislunar orbits of the satellites should be able to be seen because they're going to be setting up, if not already, a communication for them to be able to freely communicate the people that are on the moon. And now, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. Russia and China to open a research center. Of course, it'll be a research center, and then it'll become a laboratory or whatever. They'll be experimenting on humans there. But again, like we were talking last live stream, a lot of people are really curious about who's up there right now and how's that going to change everything when we start landing on the moon. Again, like we said last stream, is it a breakaway civilization after a cataclysmic event here on Earth and people wound up on the moon? It could possibly be. We may never know, or we might know. Stewie Brooks, how's it going, brother? I'm doing good. Thanks very much, man. Been a while experiencing about a bit of trouble. Sorry about that. Sorry, man. Father's been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. It's been preoccupied my time. Yeah, Stewie, they're pretty. I wish you luck, man. I wish you absolutely luck. I'm sorry to hear about that. It often happens. Now we're a good bunch here, and things like that can happen in the families. But I tell you what, Stewie Brooks, I'm sending you a lot of energy, and I know the whole community also will. Sending you plenty of energy, and hope that things get better, or things, that he doesn't go through pain and stuff like that. I mean, I totally hear you, and I'm sure everyone and anyone that hasn't even gone through that yet can really relate and understand how that much must be. I love my parents to pieces. So, well, my mom, I lost my dad, and we can lose them. It happens, but he's lucky to have you there with him, brother. Just hang with him and give sending him love and stuff. Good luck, bro. Do keep us posted, man. The Unknown channel, how's it going, my friend? Well, lots of bad and lots of good happening. We live in a clown world, eh? There's things up and down all the time. Some good news coming up though, man, around the world with, the elites are apparently we're at a tie, nose to nose with them now, and they're losing the power. Once they got the power with the medical and everything, they just took everything over during the pandemic. It's absolutely crazy. It's all these people that bought parts of the countries, basically, from what I can understand. Very, very, very troubling. I tell you that. Thanks for being here, The Unknown. Thanks again, Stewie, for being here, brother. Saying lots of energy and love to you and your dad, man. We have. Yeah. Yes, we do. Jack, I'm happy if you know him, Jackie M. Absolutely. Super Dave has been here for a long time, has always been a family member ever since the beginning of time, ever since I remember. And some of you people here that I just hooked up with and met, it was a simple hello, and we've been talking ever since. I mean, it's hard online. You don't really know who the people are unless they, do like me, unless I show my face. And I've never hid where I was living and anything. But it's hard to find some good people online. It really is hard. A lot of people, we can still see there's a lot of good people though, right? During the pandemic, I saw a lot of really good people, proving thus that there is still good human beings on this earth. They said that if we want to see the end of the devil and Satan and everything, well, it's going to have to come out. Once Satan comes out, once the devil's out of the bag, I would assume a lot of bad stuff will happen, but then we'll be able to, stop all that, because I think that's what's happening right now is we're seeing things. I mean, I'm 47 years old, guys, and never in my life, more than 3 years ago, approximately, about that, I would never believe that there was, trafficking going on, both sex and slaves and humans. And you think that that's something of the past, anyways, my mentality is I get along with everyone. So when I see shit like that, it's like, whoa, hold on here. Too much. Darla Lama in the house. Thank you very much. Yes, they do. Absolutely, Jackie M. They look like a fat worm. I'm sorry, I stopped talking about that. Yeah, the tardigrades. And a tardigrade can turn itself into, they're really aliens, right? It can turn themselves into a pill form. Like it solidifies. They become like this round pill shape. They grow this big sack of water, a cyst, on the side, which, is their water supply. They grow this themselves, and no problem there, but making it inside of their pill, and they stay in the pill form, and they can stay like that for decades. So if Beresheet 1, India, when they crashed in Mare Serenitatis, absolutely, I believe that they probably deliberately crashed some seeds and a whole bunch of other things, because look it up, Beresheet 1, there were living organisms in that object that crashed on the moon. You got to wonder why. And it just so happens the difference in the structuring that I saw in 218 and 2022, that is the collision was maybe 50 miles, 100 kilometers. I'm not sure. Really not far away from where Beresheet would have crashed. So where are they going to crash again? Are they going to crash again? Or so there's talk of them landing on the surface of the moon and literally testing vegetation, seeds, and growing, germinating, and everything for 2025. And they're even talking about growing grass. No, not that kind of grass, but talking about growing, yeah, probably that's the only thing that's there. But growing regular green grass, or blue or purple, who knows what color they're going to make it up there. There's some things that they are producing synthetically that, hard to believe, but is actually better, depending on, for certain reasons, more solid or maybe better quality, because things are being made synthetically. In reality, the whole world that you're looking around, I believe they're replacing it animal by animal. When all the cows die off, poof, they'll already have the cloned cows to stick back in the freaking field for sure. Fish will die off in certain areas. They won't talk about it. They'll create the same fish with the breed and bring them back. I mean, we're playing God. And we're talking about it in the first stream. That really could be the domino effect, right? The domino effect of the changes in the solar system or in the universe. A neutron star explodes, or two black holes collide or something. And then all of a sudden there's this domino effect where waves are sent out through the universe, and, planets start shifting and tilting and suns start exploding. Scary stuff. I'm getting a little drastic, but that's how space is. Like diverting the asteroid with the DART program. I don't necessarily think that that's a good idea. Okay, last resort, right? If something is coming to hit Earth and is going to obliterate us, well, yeah, okay. Maybe I'm for diverting the asteroid, obviously, but I probably would not try it before that. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. Share. Thank you, Star Hunter. Appreciate that. Oh my gosh. You read the comment out loud. Sorry, that was a bit troll. Yeah, I read comments out loud. Try to respond to people. You get some people doing live streams. They're going up, and I see them go like this. They go, yeah, Mike. Yep. And like people like, yep, what? Where the hell did Mike write? Okay, then I start scrolling up and down. I like repeating it. And obviously, there's a whole bunch of people that get upset because it's like, well, you didn't even answer my bloody comments. He answered 14 of this guy's comments, but didn't answer my comments. So write 14 comments and I'll answer one of your comments at least. So thank you, Jackie M. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, bro, for being here, man. I love you for it, man. Yeah, the years are going by, and that's right, man. You've been here for a while, you too. The years are really starting to go by, eh? I don't see them going by, actually, but Earth is rotating faster. And in 2022, for real, look that shit up, guys. It's incredible that Earth is starting to rotate faster. It's going to make us look younger. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think so. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Leia in the house. Hey, thank you very much. You still don't see me, man. Do you see me now? Well said. Can't remember I found him, but he never disappoints. Thank you so much. Are you talking about me or Super Dave? I'm just going to thank everyone. Cindy Lou in the house. Number 14. Hello, Bruce. Thank you very much. Cindy Lou, thank you. Welcome. Appreciate it, you guys. Super Dave 45 in the house. Can't thank you guys enough. Christopher Rollins, your name has always reminded me of a character in in the Disney movie, or was that Winnie the Pooh character? Rollins, Christopher Rollins. Yeah, it's like it's that 5-syllable name, like Christopher Rollins, Yippity Rabbit. You get okay. Well, it's true. I mean, that's the unknown. I think bring Trudeau when they go to Venus, yes, or Mars, or the moon, or hell. In reality, I can't stand them. Looking very bad now. We have the Liberal Party on the left, on his side, which is, well, what do we do? Well, we're gonna have to trash him. We're gonna have to get rid of this clown. So now they're totally not into Trudeau anymore. Because it's some horrible things, guys. Some really, 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 really bad, horrible things that he did. He enforced the Emergency Act, which nobody had ever done, and this is a last-minute thing in February. I'm repeating myself now, but it's true. He did so many bad things. Literally promised us certain things and turned around and lied and froze bank accounts, did a whole bunch of stuff. And this guy is really corrupt. He's been under investigation for having taken money. He's got his wife have these associations, blah, blah, blah. The same story when you go, the Biden. Look what's going on now with Biden. They're talking about, we found some evidence about Hunter Biden. We're getting very close to a trial, They started talking about that at the beginning, even before the pandemic. And now they're still talking about it. So obviously, as long as Biden is there, nothing is going to happen. They use it to their advantage, right? They're puppets. The president's a puppet. They use that to their advantages. David, I love you, man. Thank you so much, you guys, for appreciating the channel. It really means a lot. I get the energy that way. It's the only way I get energy, man. On the spin. Absolutely. Thanks again, Mr. Peter Hyde. I appreciate that. James Hampton, thanks for coming back, you guys. Listen, thanks for sharing your opinion, James Hampton. I, for one, also believe that. I'll tell you what, if and when they went to the moon, could be that they obviously did, but it would have been a secret project. It definitely wasn't in 69. Do you know, as a matter of fact, in 58, what was the name of that project? I don't remember. They wanted to go to the moon for 64. There's also another Apollo group that was supposed to go to the moon ahead of time. For decades, they've been building and, a whole bunch of ideas all on paper and patents to be building lunar structuring. So, who knows? Maybe there are aliens on the moon, but there's also a part of the moon that they don't go to. It's all, when it all comes down to them saying that they're advanced aliens, that really bugs me, because it could very well be that the aliens are not advanced. Like when they're talking about this guy, is my Let's Go Brandon flag in the corner, talking about, thank you, Julie and Floyd. I'm talking about that alien there, guys, the one without any pants. It doesn't mean they exist. As a matter of fact, Roswell's supposed autopsy report or video, which again, no confirmation that it's real or not, it just looks real, looks convincing. They talk about how many fingers and toes that the aliens have, that alien Roswell has, and unfortunately, it doesn't coincide with the report. The video movie doesn't coincide with the report. So a whole bunch of people are saying, well, is it real? Is it not? Is it real or is it not? It doesn't even coincide with the report. The number of fingers, the one in the Roswell UFO autopsy video, I mean, that alien has 6 bloody fingers as compared to the 3, 4 that they show. They're like, oh, they don't have any thumbs. That's what I heard at the Roswell report, if I remember well. Remember that, not coroner, but it was actually a funeral director, okay, that they asked at one point. A military base calls him up, hey, how's it going? Fine. Who's this? This is a soldier from a military base, and I can only imagine what he would have said. When you find bodies in the desert and they're, the heat's been on them and stuff, what can we do to preserve them? Well, I can come down there and show you, he said, if you want, and I can, guide you on that if you want that one. No, there's actually no bodies right now, but in case we find some, it's like, that's how they've been hiding things in the past. They do have to interact sometimes, the military, with, people, civilians, like funeral directors and stuff, especially back in the days. It's just, it's hilarious, actually. Cindy Lou, again, thanks again for being here. I'm happy some of you know our friend Super Dave. That's awesome. Jeremy Broderick, thank you very much, man. The Earth is our only spaceship. That's another thing, another theory. Thanks for sharing that. A lot of people believe that we are here, we stay inside of the firmament, and that we cannot leave. I was talking in the first stream about where that firmament can be, and some people are saying, well, the firmament can actually be, have all these planets inside of the firmament. So there's lots of different theories on that. I love them. I think the theories are amazing. Gate Smasher in the house. Bro, I love you, man. Hope you and Julie are doing well. My friend Floyd, thanks so much, guys, for the amazing support here. I hope your house is coming along well. Hope you guys got through the Ian and everything. I'm happy you guys did. I know I had heard that, but you never know with the tropical storms always happening. It's a good sign. It means you guys are in the right area. And I don't think we'll ever see, the time that we are all alive, another storm like we saw in Florida. And unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, it is a little concerning. People left. They were lucky, but the count, the last I heard, was up to 131 that had passed. So that's a lot of people. When you think of it, especially in a neighborhood like, you hear of a couple of towns like Naples, Fort Myers, and all those areas, and then you hear that 130 some people died. It's sad. Hey guys, I'm here. Was in bed. Thank you very much, Peter Benton. Thank you so much. I love you, bro. Was here in bed, but woke up because Bruce's big mouth. I mean, with a real. That's true. You're sick, eh, bud? Caught something earlier. Passing moon. Think triangle. Video soon. May fall asleep. I have yet to catch up on your other moon video. And so now what's going on? Now you're seeing him all the time. Every time he goes out, there's a little message. Something comes by the moon to, and you got some good videos too, man. Keep it up, bro. Keep up the good work. Mr. Peter Benton, thank you very much for that generous contribution. And I hope that if you fall asleep, think of me. I don't know. That sounds so gay. I didn't know what to say. I just didn't know what to say. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm just teasing you. You know it. Was filmed in a studio audience. Yes, it was filmed. Stanley Kubrick told me so. Yeah, he actually did. And he actually told a lot of people that that's what they did. In reality, you know, by looking and reading between the lines, there's lots of things. Also, for those of you who do know Stanley Kubrick and have been watching him for a while, something happened with Stanley Kubrick when he spoke about something that he had filmed that he wasn't allowed to talk about. So just maybe Stanley Kubrick could have done something, for NASA or film something for the moon. Look at it the way you want. Jeremy Corbell is a film producer. They have people talk about Linda Moulton Howe, much respect, but still a movie producer. It's important to know that there's a lot of, I'm not dissing anybody, but it's interesting how the movie directors are the ones that have dibs on sharing what's going on with the world. And why would associations, governmental associations, hook up with movie producers? Why would a Navy person give Jeremy Corbell, a video and have him leak it and then have him get more all interviews? And I'm not talking, you understand, it has nothing to do with jealousy. It doesn't make sense. Why would the government allow his video to come out? Well, so that they can bring that video out and say that it was the camera sensors, because that's exactly what they said during the second UFO report. They showed in the second UFO report those videos, and people started watching the videos, and they asked, the military was asked if the camera sensors could be the cause of seeing the UFO that we saw that was triangular shaped with flashing lights. So the military said, we did tests and we were able to recreate that triangular object. So apparently, and for those that don't know, they say that literally Jeremy Corbell's UFO that they talked about isn't even real. Those of you with good eyes will see that I made a little change in a corner. I changed the corner. I want you guys to tell me what was changed in the corner, just to get some of those people that like looking at the objects in the back of people that stream. I'm one of them. Oh, look, he moved over his book there. Because I did a little bit of changing. I put Darla's alien higher and even with the other frame because, it looked a little weird. There's always something I want to do. Now the black frame's too close to the white frame, and it's my friend Simon Cowell. No, Simon from C5 Circle Channel that gave me that. That's Jim, my friend Jim from the States, that gave me all those badges, NASA badges from real missions and the coins, the STS coins. So that was really cool. So I just told you what changed, so don't even worry about it. I moved the cross over, the Egyptian cross. The Ankh. Did you know that every god had the Ankh in their names, like Tutankhamun? Interesting, eh? Hello to you, Gate Smasher. Geez, I'm talking a mile a minute tonight. I don't know if if the Earth is our only spaceship, Jeremy, but I know a lot of people think it is. Wonder if we can really leave, Jeremy, or not. Like without destroying anyone's belief system or not. Like just imagine if your belief system was still the same, but there was a little loophole where you were actually able to leave the planet and go and visit somewhere else. So that'd be a little interesting at the same time, when you think of it. Drop your channel name on, and I thought you were going to say drop my channel. I'm going to say don't drop the channel. Name on another channel the other night. Jackie M, thank you, my friend. I'm telling you guys, that honestly is the only way new people come over to the channel, when people start doing that. So you be sure I really appreciate that. I cannot thank you all enough for that. Honestly, greatly appreciated. The bacon in the house. Don't get me hungry. I haven't eaten this afternoon. Bruce needs coffee. Yep, I'm doing pretty good there. I'm trying to drink it before it starts getting too cold. And if ever you guys want to send me some UFO parts or a diploma, a degree, job offer, that is the address that you can send me in. Just don't send me any anthrax. Boxers, underwears, blow up dolls. You can imagine what I could have received in the in the mail when the trolls to send me stuff. No more blow up dolls, please. No, I'm kidding. His Highness again. Thanks for being here, brother. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, China launched two navigation enhancement satellites from a sea platform. So there's sort of a competition between China and the States and Russia. I think they're continually launching stuff out into space, and that's one of the things that they did. Some good things that came up that I saw in the news this afternoon. So using lunar soil to make oxygen is another one that I think is actually pretty cool when you think about it. That they're going to be able to do that. Maybe they're obviously already going to do that. And of course, they're talking about oxygen production on the moon. They're talking about, like I'll talk about in a little bit, planting seedlings, germinating vegetation, trying to grow grass on the moon. Again, not the same grass that you think, but then again, could be that they're going to grow probably pretty much everything on the moon. I, for one, honestly think that they're already growing stuff in laboratories and greenhouses and whatnot under grow lights. If you want, I'm sure they're already testing the soil there. Obviously, they brought back some soil. If they went, like I said, I know in '69 they didn't land on the moon. We have proof. The astronaut himself told us they didn't go. They weren't ready, and that the public did not see what happened on the moon. So we don't know what they did. We don't know what tests that they did, but your channel won't explode until your shadow ban and view count multiplier is removed. If you have 1,000 views, they will multiply by 70. For example, YT is just about done for me. Yeah, I hear you on that. No, for sure. You know, it's funny you say that, Mark. I did that actually, bro. Taking off the count, the subscriber count. I tried taking off. Hey, Ed's Emporium. Thank you, man. How's it going, bro? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're well. Thanks for the amazing support here, brother. Yeah, I tried that, Mark. Obviously, I tried that, and it's just a dead bloody channel. There was no subscribers, nothing happening. Takes a long time for me to get up, a couple 2,000-3,000 subs a year, which is surprising because I mean, with the community, we both invested all this, a lot of money for the telescope and all the other accessories and now infrared cameras. And that's what everybody's looking for. You hear online that everybody's looking for that and truth about that, and they want good videos about it. But a lot of people are just showing images of UFOs when I'm trying, like, honestly, seriously, I'm showing live proof of all this stuff. And it's like they're holding people back. Maybe they're worried about too many people actually, finding out about it. I don't think they're worried about regular viewers. I think they're more worried about if somebody higher place could see it. I did, I was able to do a couple of FM radio interviews also. They didn't like that either, but nothing ever launched me ahead or the research, which it should. It's surprising because then I started capturing more than one event on the moon. So that should have blew it out of the park. I am really hidden, so they say. So it is, KM. You said it, man. It's starting to get cold. We're lucky because what's going to happen is we're going to get some warm weather for this a season. So that's a good thing. I hope it's going to last into the winter, but it might not. I tend to think we're going to get a shitload of snow here this winter, but it was cold for the past week. Not the whole week, but there are actually 2 days that I broke only in the morning, a little bit of heat. It was very, very, very cold. It's under 67 degrees, and now it's Fahrenheit. So I mean, listen, that's ridiculous. It wasn't even 70 degrees there. So I had to, yep. Darla, tell me about it. I really appreciate it when they do that. That's absolutely awesome. Thanks again, Leah, for being here. Not going to happen. They will find bases, Bruce. We know this from your videos. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, they're definitely going to say they found bases. And if not, well, you got to wonder how the hell are they going to be able to keep that secret? And at the same time, obviously, there's going to be a lot of aliens. Maybe there's going to be a lot of humans going there in 2025. But I do think it's going to be backed up. Speaking of treaties, Jackie M, look at the treaty that ended with the Queen. There is going to be another treaty, the New World Order, and everything that they're talking about. Everything's going to be redesigned. Everything's going to be re-signed. We got Kissinger still alive, probably on the verge. It's going to change many things. Like we saw when the Queen passed away, there were, a lot of changes. You mean they're going to tell the people the truth? Yes. Come on. Next thing you're going to tell me, Starlink was invented for the people. No, they're never going to tell us the truth. That's for sure. But they are going to have to tell us some truth. We are going to see some things, or they're going to tell us stuff that's complete lies, like they did for, during the Cold War. The race to go to the moon. You can only imagine what's going on. They're going to be shooting their satellites down. That's exactly what's going to go on. China doesn't even want Nancy Pelosi to go for a visit to Taiwan, for Pete's sakes. Imagine satellites going over their houses, what they're going to do, I have another good one. What happened with, where is it? And the new satellite regulations because of the junk that's in space. Well, usually satellites last 20 years. I think I mentioned that. I'm repeating myself. Instead of them lasting 20 years and having them decommissioned and go out to some geostationary constellation in orbit, stationary orbit around Earth, they're going to decommission them and probably take them down, have them land. There's so much junk and everything up there. It's ridiculous. The ideal for me, what I believe is that the ideal of a bloody satellite system where, like Elon Musk says, billions, by the way, okay, if not zillions of satellites can coexist around Earth. I don't think that's the way to go. If we have one collision, one object, guys, comes into the solar system that's bigger than what, a hairdryer? These satellites, especially the older ones, are as big as a washer and dryer. Now they're like microwaves. Now they're bringing them down to the size of a pack of cigarettes. At one point, there's going to be communication satellites all over Earth, like literally like UFOs hovering right over your house and everything. No one's going to ever see them. Their goal has always been to design things that can be installed in the system that will always remain invisible, and they're good at doing it. That's what they're gonna do. But as for the truth, those buggers are never going to tell us any truth unless the truth that they have to tell us, like sometimes they get caught and they have to leak out certain things, right? That's the only way that they're going to do that. So instead of having the satellites there for 20 years, they're going to be there possibly only for 5 years and then have to be decommissioned and taken down, not stay up there to cause a lot more junk, obviously. A historic experiment. This is interesting. See, this is just the time that I was talking with you guys during the last stream. Thanks again, Hort. So a historic experimental project in space eroded metal for the first time. So that's something interesting. Have you ever heard of nano racks? They test new technology to slice up space junk with a robotic arm. So they eroded metal successfully. So they're looking for ways and means, and they're actually looking for people to invest and even are being funded. They're getting like somebody going to college. They're paying these people millions of dollars to do projects, to have money to do projects, to develop an ideal of being able to pick up and get rid of the space junk. I would see a giant space furnace. Obviously, going around, they can do it nuclear or whatever. Not all nuclear is toxic. They can do it in a way that's not even damageable. That's another secret, like nuclear water facilities, non-damaging compared to the plutonium, uranium, and everything that's invested in it. You get a big furnace in space, a wide mouth that opens and closes, okay, with all these teeth going inwards, titanium teeth with diamonds on it, whatever, pulling in large objects. When a large object goes in, this object should be able to align itself as the object's coming, to go at the same distance as the object. It seems to me would be easy, right? You can even drive this sucker, drive this mama around, turn around. I got this. Face the debris as it's flying. It's the same idea as docking. When you're docking, the space station's going at 54,000 or 28,000 miles an hour or whatever, kilometers an hour. You dock at the same speed. You got to go a little bit faster. We could pick up all the debris and burn it in space and let it out, just those little tiny dust particles of metal, which is not going to be any danger, or maybe whatever. They could keep it there and crash them on Earth, it would be safe. It would be a way to get rid of some of the big debris, because there are thousands, almost 100,000 now, objects, more than that, millions, but just the ones that are being tracked. The Navy was doing it at one point. Then now it's the Space Force that was doing it. And in 3 months' time, it went from 28,000 objects to 58,000 objects, to give you an idea of the quantity of objects that are out there. Like I said in the first stream, November 5th, 2021, Russia, their unannounced missile went and crashed into a defunctional satellite, and they caused a myriad of thousands of pieces. There's still 1,000 large pieces right now being tracked, and they're just going around and one test, that's one hit. So if Putin or whoever, they're going to take out their satellites like that all the time, it's going to continually cause debris. So they don't give a crap about us. It's ridiculous. Goddess of Hunt, yes. That's when you look up Artemis, has a very, very, very unique message also. What do they want to hunt? Yeah, exactly. Maybe hunting an asteroid or hunting aliens. There's a story behind what they're doing for sure. I hear you on that, Horst. Thank you, Darla, for sharing Ed's Emporium channel. Another guy who makes videos. Will be a war on the moon to take over the moon. Absolutely. David, 100%. From here, like Jackie M said, another treaty. Probably, yeah, most likely. Yeah, there's going to be a war on the moon. Frequency wars. And speaking of frequency wars, it just so happens there's a signal coming from Iran that is jamming a broadcast system, Parisian broadcasting system in Europe, and they're blocking out the signals to that. Eutelsat accuses, it's Eutelsat, E-U-T-E-L, SAT. Listen, Eutelsat is a giant organization, a satellite organization. They've been around since the beginning of time, of satellites anyways. Okay, so Eutelsat accuses Iran of jamming 2 Parisian language broadcast satellites. They're literally blocking the frequencies from it. We heard during the war in Ukraine and Russia, during the war, what they did is they are scrambling, either Russia or Ukraine. I think it was Russia, could be Ukraine. Anyways, they're scrambling out communications and frequencies in certain areas. So where there's bombings and stuff, well, all the telephones and cell phones don't work. They're scrambling the frequencies. We're living in a frequency war, and all that is thanks to everyone who's invested all money with NASA and scientists to do their stupid, mad scientist experiments, because that's what we are here, basically, on this earth. What we did, all those things that you see, like movies like Dracula and Frankenstein and yeah, that's pretty much real. I think what we've been trying to do here is experiment with a lot of with the DNA, and now that we're splicing DNA, we're splicing cells, we're using synthetic DNA. Elon Musk said it now, with synthetic DNA, we can grow wings if we wanted to. They can absolutely do what we want, what they want on humans, which is very concerning. So awesome, Jackie M. Thanks, you guys. Damn right. Thanks for the kind words for our friend. Sending Stewie some energy. All right. You guys rock. Oh, is Mr. Pritchard back in the house? Thank you very much. I didn't see him. There he is. Hey, welcome back to you too. Time for the weekend. We have some exciting things. Football Factory in the house. Some exciting things going on, that's for sure. Yep, growing crops on the moon, Andrew. It's getting very exciting. Angel Dreams, hello, in the house. 96 years old, Inspired Wilderness. Inspired Wilderness. Mentoring at 96 years old, was still alive and joined him on stage. Imagine. I hope to be alive till that time. That's Sacrifity. Thank you very much. No, it's Sacrifice TV. Thank you very much. Hello, good night. Hello and good night to you too. Jackie M, I appreciate that, you guys. And of course, I know a lot of you, you're not obviously not commenting every day. I get it. But when you do, you take time to come by the stream. Hey guys, I really appreciate that. Really can't thank you enough. I'll be right back, guys. No crickets, Darla. I'll be back for the crickets. Yeah, that historic experiment, that was pretty cool. Why did I get rid of my pen? Oh, there it is. That was one I wanted to mention. I said, hey, that is a good one. What else did I want to say? Yeah, about NASA again, designing like 10 decades ago, before they even sent somebody on the moon. They had done that. Just at the last minute, some things that were coming in that I was looking at. Oh, we talked about Eutelsat 2. Where's the important stuff? Draconian meteor. I said that. Chinese launched enhancement satellite. I said that. Well, isn't that funny? Wow, it's like a ghost in the house, I think. This is almost impossible. Okay. Some things disappeared here. Doesn't really matter, because I can go over here and take a look at the important news that I did want to mention. There's a whole bunch of them. What is here? Nothing's changed. It's funny. I live my own little world. I don't know if this happens with you guys. You ever have things that happen to you that doesn't happen to other people? Just you, all the time. Okay. I'm just looking for the Beresheet 2. One moment, please. Stand by. I think we're getting to it. There we are. Yeah. First, yeah, NASA designing, obviously, lunar bases for decades, they had said. Let me take this down here. And only natural to look at the moon and wonder what if it could be possible to live there. They really put a lot of emphasis on this, right? Thanks to Buzz Aldrin. Listen to this, the way they made this post, right? It's a post talking about here NASA has been designing lunar bases for decades. Before Armstrong even first set foot on the moon. How insulting, when in reality it was other people. But anyways, I don't think they went. So thanks to Buzz Aldrin, who landed there in 1969, we know it's a magnificent desolation. Isn't that funny? Even before the Apollo missions, science fiction writers and scientists knew how desolate the place was. Nothing's there. But as far back as late 19th century, they also saw it as a natural outpost. So did NASA, the former Soviet Union, and respective militaries. And that led to people on both sides drawing up elaborate plans for moon bases. And then the article finishes. They don't talk about them actually, likely there were strategic uses for the plans in future prospects to be able to go to the moon, they said, but there were also positive scientific reasons to build these outposts. A recent historical tree, anyway, blah, 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 that was published in Acta Aeronautica. Looked at some of those plans, so that's interesting. Australia seeks to grow plants on the moon by 2025. I thought this one was very interesting. Australian scientists are trying to grow plants on the moon. Very important to mention our friends in Australia. In the new mission unveiled Friday, that's today, that they could help pave the way for a future colony. Plant biologist Brett Williams from the Queensland University of Technology, obviously in Australia, said seeds would be carried by the Beresheet 2 spacecraft. So this is important information. We might only hear about Beresheet in a couple of weeks, but at least we can hear about what they're going to mention there. A private, there we go. So it is India, guys. It's Israel. Sorry, I said it. Did I say India? I thought it was India. What the hell's wrong with me? Well, India, Israel moon mission. So Beresheet 2 spacecraft, a private Israeli moon mission. Private. They would be watered inside the sealed chamber after landing and monitored for signs of germination and growth. How many times have I been saying there's vegetation on the moon that they could possibly grow stuff on the moon? Is possibly already stuff growing on the moon. You can be sure that I don't think they would be doing this, if it's true, to try to see if the vegetation could grow on the moon. I think that they want to do is to bring some human plants there to see if we could grow stuff like Julie, the Stats channel, was mentioning just in the comment this afternoon or this evening, saying moon salad. Well, it's literally that they're probably going to try to plant. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere many years ago, I thought I had heard that Apollo 17 had actually also done some tests of planting in rows things like potatoes and beans and stuff on the moon. Is it real? I don't know. You know how a fisherman's story, sometimes the story gets bigger, right? And people start adding to the story. But what often happens when we hear something good like that a positive thing, we often turn around and say, well, it's just a lie or it's a rumor. We know everything, right? We're good know-it-alls. It's easy to judge whether something's real or not, but we don't really have that proof. Plants will be chosen based. So again, they would be watered inside the sealed chamber after landing, and they're going to be monitored for signs of germination and growth. The plants will be chosen based on how well they cope in extreme conditions and how quickly they germinate. Interesting. One likely choice is an Australian resurrection grass that can survive without water in a dormant state. So they're going to create resurrection grass. Who the hell are they going to resurrect? The project is an early step towards growing plants for food, medicine, and oxygen production. It's always a good intention at the beginning, right? Like the politicians that we hire, both in Canada and the States, to come in and we vote for, and then they turn on us. It's just that desire for funding where NASA comes up with these beautiful, incredible projects that they want to do. And then when the projects start, they never turn out the way they want them to turn out. Look at James Webb Telescope. What a joke. In Lagrange area. Right now it's in L2. That's an area of space where apparently there's absolutely nothing there. So they say, is it true though? We don't know, If you can create a system for growing plants on the moon, then you can create a system for growing food in some of the most challenging environments on Earth. Hey, here's a stupid idea. Why don't you try and grow something on Earth to see if it can work or something like that? They obviously did all these projects before, all these plans. And this has to do again with an associate professor from the Australian National University in Canberra, said the research was also relevant to food security fears driven by climate change. So, not to scare anybody, but it's a very serious situation that we know that they're always up there for no good and for sinister reasons, most likely. But what I just read there is a very big possibility. The Australian National University in Canberra said the research was also relevant to food security, fears driven by climate change. So, could the moon be a food bank and animal bank and human bank where they bring everything that exists on Earth there to try to develop the growth there, or that they just keep everything there like seeds and stuff? There's an area here on Earth, right, that they hold millions of seeds, right? You must have heard of that area before. It's in the ground, it's cold, it's an area where they have seeds that you can send there yourself of all types of vegetation. They have one of everything that's in here, a bit like an ark, right? I would imagine they have other things like possibly DNA. Hey, on the ISS space station, they have DNA. They have Hawkins DNA. And, right now what they're doing is they're going quantum. Everything, the whole system is going to be quantumized. Can you say that? China sending up 2 enhancement satellites. So those satellites that they just sent up is only to enhance, and that was the goal, James Webb Telescope, to enhance the visuals, to enhance the views, quicker connection. The military just last year, do you remember, they developed a frequency, a low band frequency for them to be able to communicate and talk so that Russia can't listen in. So how many frequencies exist, do you think, where people can talk, or maybe messages coming in that you can't understand, have to try to decipher? That would be something amazing to do along with my channel, to get my hand on some old equipment where we can listen to shit in space. That'd be absolutely awesome. Then maybe I could meet Alf and he could come and land down here in Quebec. How tardigrades survive freezing temperatures. Again, lots of work on that. They really don't look too nice. They have like a whole connection with looks like 6-10 teeth around. But tardigrades are excellent at adapting to harsh environmental conditions. Why am I talking about this? In Beresheet 1, they sent some. So I'm assuming Beresheet 2 is obviously going to hold them again. So maybe Beresheet 1, they deliberately crashed the spacecraft down on the surface of the moon so that whatever was inside can, be opened and then just the tardigrades come out. I don't know if they would have survived an impact. Well, they would have if they were frozen. People have in their minds imagining the tardigrades fidgeting around waiting to go to the moon. They're already in pill form, dead and probably sub-frozen and sub-freezing boxes, so that when they crash, the boxes open up, tardigrades come out, start thawing because, it's so warm on the moon. Do you think it would be even worth doing an experimentation of trying to grow objects on the bloody moon if, like they said, it plunged into thousands of degrees Fahrenheit? What is going to be the use of trying to plant something on the moon, right? I would say probably a bit more cold. But again, they can plant all this crap inside of the pits where it's 17 degrees in the bottom and, put some lights there. I don't know. There's lots that they can do when you think of it. Back in 2019, a professor at the Institute of Biomaterials for Biomolecular Systems at the University of Stuttgart proved that a who cares, biotic dried tardigrade can survive undamaged. So you see, basically, with my primitive little brain, very primitive, trust me, I just basically said what they experimented on without even learning about it, which only makes sense that if they can be in pill form to survive sub-zero temperatures, it's sort of like being deceased and just being on a breathing tube, basically, right? Or on, you know, they can send the tardigrades there and in the pill form and then have them wake up. We can even have some, with the sunlight or whatever. These tardigrades are going to do what? They're going to dig into the ground if it starts getting too hot or whatever. Or they'll, change into pill form or become Superman, whatever they can do. Apparently they can do a lot of stuff. Everything's going on. They just found out today again a new method to enable efficient interactions between photons. It's dangerous, the work that they're doing. Very dangerous what they're trying to experiment with. Well, like why experiment with large quantities of energy instead of when you could just try some smaller quantities of energy? A team develops new tools to help search for life in deep space. So that's another thing. There are a lot of telescopes. DARPA, I think I talked about this on the last stream last month. Actually, no. When did I talk about that? Yeah, it could be. But DARPA just recently gave over their own large telescope back over to the US military. Well, not back over. They were actually testing that telescope and obviously doing a whole bunch of tests. HARP, is it for teleportation? Apparently, they're talking about a lot of things that can be involved that HARP could do for to do teleportation. So when you look at all the associations or the safe havens and centers or hidden bases, Colorado Springs and all around the world, where all these bases are usually all combined together. We have different branches of the military doing different projects, but for the same people, right? So they developed, and this was 219, 220, they're developing an incredible array system, radio telescope array system, where all these telescopes on Earth are going to combine their power together to go out and view further out. So these technologies are all being experimented on. They're all being done. Nobody's doing any testing or talking about the frequencies, the damages. They say phones are dangerous now. They're telling women not to put it between their breasts, telling guys not to put it in their front pocket near their balls because it's radioactive. That's a phone. So imagine everything else around us. HARP, microwaves. There's no danger, they say, because they're beaming out a very thin beam and microwaving. Well, what are they microwaving? They're microwaving the thermosphere. No danger. It's very troubling. Look at why CERN was founded. Look at why the Pentagon was founded. It's incredible. Probably every association we've ever known, it's all just for the goal to go to space. That's all they're doing. They're trying to go to space. They're trying to go further out into space. And is the Lazarus Project here? Carol West. Yes, Lazarus Project. Now I'd hitch that asteroid bitch for a ride home. Yeah, but you see, thanks for being here, brother. That's what they're doing. You guys can check out his channel too. That's what they're doing, I believe, hitching rides. A UFO can land on an asteroid like Oumuamua or something that's coming by Earth and just observe us. Can you think of that? We wouldn't even see them on the bloody asteroid. They could just literally come by Earth, enter the solar system. They could have 50 UFOs hiding in some asteroid. I don't know, a dugout they dug. It's not that stupid when we come up with these silly theories, maybe some say, where they can hide on an asteroid. And as a matter of fact, I believe that there are fuel outposts on probably most of the asteroids that are around the solar system. It would be smart for us to do so. Like, for example, on the moon, you set up the fueling stations there. One of the planets, you put all the restaurants. It'd be a long way to get around the solar system. We'd have to come up with some type of teleportation system. We're not there yet, though. Based on what they're saying, we're not there yet. And as for that person that spoke about the future, apparently, I honestly thought it was already invented. Maybe the patent's invented. I also thought that they had some prototype teleportation devices obviously up. By this point, I'm pretty sure they've tried chickens and monkeys and dogs, because we like, you know, experimenting the shit out of animals all the time. That's what we do. But we're not there yet. We can't go back 1,000 years. That's the worst of it. And in 3068, no. What's the date now? I don't remember. It's like I went back in time. I think it is 3068 or 2068. Could be 2068. Apparently, not before that. They're not going to invent a time machine. And when they invent it, it's going to be because of something that CERN had found out that has to do with magnetism. So obviously, they're smashing collisions, 1 billion collisions every second, and they're registering and monitoring all this. It's going on the computers. They would have files for like decades to find. Obviously, DARPA has taken part in many more projects than people think, and they are there for the defense, again, a defense branch, but they're there to design artificial intelligent programs that even YouTube themselves, or be careful, not YouTube, social media, let's say, want them, the US government anyways, want DARPA to go online since the beginning of the pandemic, to be able to read between the lines when people are talking about things like "Let's go, Brandon," or something like that, trying to, terrorist acts, or when people talk about in code and stuff. DARPA is designing ways to go through that, and that's scary stuff because it's taking away our freedom of speech. Shady's intervention, thank you very much. Congenial harmony, exactly. City house. Who else is here? Lisa B in the house. I missed her. Sorry, guys. Patricio, amigo, muchas gracias. Hey, muy bien, amigo, muy bien. ¿Y tú? Buenas noches. Buenas noches, mi amigo, and thanks por venir a mi canal de investigación. I don't say much, Patricio, but thanks for coming back, brother. A lot of dead fish in Germany. Algae, they said. Yeah, that's incredible what they feed us, what they tell us. And it's sad to say, around the world. Thanks again, Lisa B. Around the world, everything that's happening around the world, it really is sad that it's all hidden. The news media, you hear about the radiation pills now? They're talking about radiation pills. Some people in Europe are going all out buying radiation pills, which is, in general, it's if I'm not mistaken, it's potassium iodine, which brings the radiation levels down. There's also a Geiger pill, something that you could buy. A lot of people, it's scary because it reminds me of during the war when people used to have the cyanide pills. The Germans, the Nazis, it would just had that little pill there in case somebody came in and not today, bite that and just kill themselves off. Crazy stuff. I'm really late here. Carol West in the house. Time seemed to sewed up my life about a year or so ago, and today it seems like it's always Friday. Well, that's a good thing, and like I said, maybe it's because that the Earth is rotating faster. Probably not, but it'd be cool to think so, that it is because of that, for sure, eh? Is it not? N'est-ce pas? N'est-ce pas, Elias? Trudeau, yes, he's a girly boy. It's a girly mon. Bruce, have you looked closer at the 5-star connected created crater? You did a video a few weeks ago. Closer at the 5-star connected created crater. I think I know which one you mean, brother. No, I haven't, bro, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to look back at exactly which one you meant too. I get mixed up sometimes, but often, all the time, actually. I go back to do videos when people re-mention them because some people appreciate them. So like, why would I not? Pat Lepin, merci beaucoup, mon frère. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. The flag is supposed to be up on the TV. I'll try to get it up. It slips down. Bruce dusted this week. Last week I didn't dust, so it was able to stay up on the TV. Now it's dusted, so it just comes down. Have a little bit of a change. Trying to make a sort of Peter Pan corner. No, more like a I need a tickle trunk like Mr. Dress Up. I know it looks a little bit like Mr. Dress Up's sort of setup here. There's actually nothing else in the house. I don't have any walls or anything. It's just this little box in the field somewhere, hiding, broadcasting, hiding from Iran so they don't scramble some of my things. So frequency wars, it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. They could, take the grid down and blame the sun. There's a whole bunch of bullshit they could probably be doing, most likely. Thanks, you guys, for generous contributions also. Peter Benton, everyone, thank you so much. Are you still awake, Peter? Peter, wake up, Peter. Paulo. Hey, thanks, man. Hi. How's it going, Paulo? 1947 was wartime end. Nobody wants to lose. Someone gets the big, yeah, exactly. For sure. Thanks, Darla, and everybody for being here. Mr. Peter Benton in the house. Just naturally hydrated. Wouldn't it be funny saying that in the gay voice, though? Like if you really say it in the gay voice. I'm not gay either. I'm just naturally hydrated. Sorry, I had to. Hope you feel better, Peter Benton, and you too, Adam Truth Finders. Yeah, don't you guys go and get sick on me there. Take your vitamin C and iodine and everything that you have to take. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. PMS. Alyssa, hello. Thank you so much. An hour later, sorry for me answering so late. As far as the Bible says, I think the firmament is everywhere outside of planets and stars. I pretty much with you on that one, David. Absolutely. You know what I heard, guys? I heard a really good one. You know that if you haven't heard about the book of Enoch, hang on, actually, no, I don't have it. I just want to get up for a second. Yeah. If you haven't heard of the book of Enoch, I'm trying to adjust this bloody chair, guys. I'm gonna have to cut clips and Elias knows what I'm doing. I've created a little crack in the floor from going forward and backwards with my leather chair, and now your lady, it's a swimming pool. So what was I saying? The Bible, I think, yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, get this. Enoch. Ever heard of him? The book of Enoch, which they say the book of Enoch. Well, I learned that. Now here I was all screwed up this afternoon. You know when you hear something and you mishear it, and then you go to tell someone after and you say, no, hold on, that doesn't work. They were talking about Enoch being the great, not grandfather of Adam, but that's what I had heard at the beginning. And I said, wait a minute. Enoch is the great. No, Enoch is the great grandson of Adam, which Enoch is the great grandfather of Noah. That's exactly what I wanted to say. But Enoch, the book of Enoch, is a part of the Bible that was omitted. I have no respect for the Vatican for hiding that part, because you can be sure as hell that it's the Vatican that's hiding that. Vatican is hiding that part of truth. And the book of Enoch talks a lot about aliens, and it's a part of the Bible that, for example, in Ethiopia and certain churches in certain countries, Africa around, they have in their religion the book of Enoch. And it talks a lot about Jesus's bloodline. It talks about different alien beings, and it's interesting. And why am I talking about that? Well, it's because it has a lot to do with the moon, I find, and the what's going on the moon could be something very spiritual. Also, it could be something extremely spiritual. Alyssa, thank you very much again for stopping. And I'm scrolling down now, scrolling down. So many people. HOB, I think I saw them. The Titans, yeah. Now they're doing a test also to go and verify Trojan asteroids, which are small bodies, apparently. Like I said again in the first stream, it all winds up like everything that was leftovers supposedly after having created the planets wind up between Jupiter and Mars and the belts and everything. And you have all these asteroids and bodies that are there, but is it true? Is it not true? We may never know. Stephen A's in the chat. Thank you very much, brother. Traumatism. Hey, traumatisme. Mais, man, as-tu vu les jeunes, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait? Le professeur, qu'est-ce qu'il a fait aux jeunes dans la communauté, man? Check le avant-dernier-poste. C'est incroyable, le professeur qui a mis un masque satanique d'une sorcière, là, c'est carrément comme satanique. Puis il est en train de traumatiser les enfants, crier après les enfants. J'étais bouche bée, je ne savais même pas quoi dire. Hey, look at Italian. Lisa B, thank you so much. I love you, sister. Love you, Bruce, and everyone in our community family. I love you so much, Lisa B. You're sweetest thing. I appreciate it. Sweetest person, not a thing. Didn't mean that. You know what I meant. I love you so much. Sacrifice TV. Thanks again, Lisa B, and everybody for the generous contributions. I love you guys so much. Yes, Bill Gates want to inject peptide gene. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's a depopulation. I posted a video about it and I got penalized. I went like our friend Super Dave 44 and 45. I was jailed, YouTube jail, unfortunately. Me more, Jackie M. Can't thank you guys enough. Bear Post 903. I'm about half an hour later. I'm getting there though. Florida, indeed, an uncle and cousin down there. Wind damage is the worst. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Followed closely by floody waters, comparable to pouring a 5-gallon bucket into a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's incredible. Just the damage of wind there. I mean, I would assume everyone has something broken for sure. Things are so expensive in the States. Insurances and everything. We have Medicare. Well, they say it. People think that, people Medicare in Canada, medication's free. It's not free. You pay a certain percentage, but I mean, like, whoa, appendicitis or something, you have to remove your appendix in the States. The operations are like 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm not exaggerating about that. If you don't have any insurances and you're a tourist and you're in someone's country, you have to pay for the operation, which is crazy when you think of it, that people should have to pay that. It's ridiculous. Where's all the money going, right? You have doctors that have a good salary, but they're for sure not making $50,000 an hour there. And well, maybe some of them are. And this money goes where? It goes to medicine, goes to government, corrupt people. Sadly, that's what happens. Unfortunately. Jason Bresney, man, how's it going? Yes. Yeah, so many topics that I tried to get through. Lots of stuff going on. I mean, can't help but talk about some of them. His Highness, I can't thank you enough for that. I appreciate it. A lot of you do that, and I know it. Some of you take the time, 2-3 comments, you reply. YouTube, it's that way. We're supposed to be the creators, hypocritical. Somebody comments, I would be supposed to be hypocritical enough to reply, oh, I thank you very much, for example, Alyssa, for having commented on the video. Which part of the video did you like the most? I should do it this week. Somebody replies, hey, Bruce, thanks a lot. No, thank you very much. I can't thank you enough for having commented. My pleasure. No, actually, the pleasure is mine. Which part of the video did you really appreciate? You just keep YouTube tells you to do that. So sometimes, most of the time, you just get, you know, yes, please do. Yeah, that's another thing. Hey, thanks again, Lisa B, and everyone for the generous contributions. Pete, the whole gang. I was supposed to get some EVP monitors, and not just some EVP monitors, some other things, some sensors and everything, and some light tracks to really do some ghost hunting. Because listen, I think the thing is that people that do ghost hunting often, it's not that they're not spiritual, or that they're not connected to ghosts, but it's not because they've had experience meeting ghosts that they do that. And the ones that tend to see ghosts all the time are not out hunting for them. They're usually out hiding from them, basically. J6 doesn't mean crab, but yeah, I do a lot. You are a sexy girl. Thank you very much, sir. Ghosties, yes. I'll be back. I was just about to say that. I'll be right back, actually. The bell's on. Time to blow my nose, time to cough, get a little bit of this and that out there. Bit of cold coffee. Throat still maintaining. Be up tonight answering comments, doing the moon video for you tonight. It'll be up a bit late, maybe tomorrow morning, but I'll be working on it. As time keeps on ticking into the future. Was about Paul Stimmon's mother had cancer at 92, couldn't do chemo. Wow, because she was too old. Oh, wow, eh? He gave her 9 turkey tail capsules a day. Cured at 96, she joined him on stage. Listen, I have a couple of people this week have been talking about that, the turkey tail capsules, and I think it was Darla and a bunch of people. I mean, I'm learning a lot from you ladies and guys and gals. And but you said it, man. Like we were talking at last stream. You're a prepper, man. When you're into prepping and stuff like that, it's the real thing. Okay, I believe people are even healing their cancers. There's certain mushrooms, there's certain medication out in the wilderness that people lost that knowledge, but they really are healers. That everything in the woods can heal everything, obviously, but we're not that informed about everything that's out there. Some people are really informed now. You can get informed, but I mean, in general, people just don't know that stuff, right? They don't think about that. Thanks again, Lisa B, for being here. Michael, welcome, man. McCruden, sorry. I hear the governments are going to stage ETS invasion to control us all and enslave us. Listen, it's a real thing. May I believe that that's what's going on. They are depopping us for sure. They're doing it in a slow kill way. That's another thing that's guaranteed for sure. The proof, the documentation is there. Nothing's hidden. All the acts and laws and treaties that were signed to do the agenda and everything is all online. It's a real thing. And for some reason, it's like people are not minding that this is going on. One, they don't believe it. Two, for whatever the reason, they don't look it up. But yeah, no, what you said is absolutely real. I believe this. I know that that's actually absolutely going on. This is, no bull crap. I get it. Whoa. Ooh, Nelly. I mean, you guys must be talking about me. You're talking about somebody hot. Buzz told a little kid they didn't go if they didn't edit it. That's absolutely right, Lazarus Project. He told a girl in between grade 4 and grade 6, actually. He sat there and told her, we didn't go because we weren't ready. The world wasn't ready. Yeah. And he admitted that. They admitted this. These were deliberately done, these events, so that people would know the truth, I believe. I also believe that they're waiting to talk about the moon, obviously, when both of those astronauts are deceased. There's still one of them alive, but two of them, one of them. And that's what's happening once all the people die at the end of a certain project. Then they're going to come out with some truth. And you know what? No one's going to care because it's the gamers in the next 5-10 years are going to go, someone on the moon? Duh, obviously. No one's going to be fascinated about them having admitted that someone was on the moon. Eh? You guys are really patient to sit here and listen to me talk for 2 hours and 2 hours twice, sometimes 5 hours a week. Darla must be sick of hearing me. Cricketing passion here. David Donlan, thank you for being here. Yeah, it can be. You know, it's surprising. These guys took lie detector tests, the Source Networker. They took lie detector tests to find out if, after having mentioned that they'd seen some lights, because that was a story. They said that during Apollo 11, was it Buzz or Neil? It could be Neil, went on another channel to communicate because he was with Earth, because he was already in communication with the medical physician, obviously, asking them questions, supposedly when they would have landed on the moon. And again, they could have done this all from the roof, like just around the moon with large telescopes. They don't have to land on the surface to see exactly what's there. As a matter of fact, they probably were able to do it and are obviously able to do it from Earth. Thanks for the good vibes, Michael. James Combs in the house. Thank you very much. Or Combs, I appreciate that. What's up to you, brother? I saw a black sphinx on the moon, and stones had shape of giant bugs. It's funny you say that. A lot of people tell me that they see objects that look like statues. I mean, the proof. I've showed what looks like a cobra head, monolithic object standing up off the surface, thousands of feet, by the way. We don't see it very high or big because we see just a little elevation, and the libration, that effect of libration, is causing an optical illusion for us to see high rising objects. Trolls always get that wrong when I say that. They said, but you just said if you're seeing optical illusions, maybe we're not seeing structures. I really don't know what it is about people saying or not believing that there are structures on the moon. If it's someone that's just doubtful, okay, I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But in reality, I have a hard time believing that. You see something on the camera, you're outside in the yard and you take a picture of a squirrel. Why would that squirrel be a cat if you see a bloody squirrel, right? All these excuses that they have most of the time on the moon: refraction, chromatic aberration, and it's not always necessarily true. Mr. Pritchard, how's it going, brother? I'm telling you, some aliens are nothing more than a part of the old civilization that was, here before the cataclysm. You're 100% right. And that's the problem. There's maybe hundreds of different types of beings. I mean, more than that, but just related to Earth and in the story of what happened. And that makes a lot of sense what you just said there. Some aliens are nothing more than a part of the old civilization. Yeah, obviously, I believe that. And probably a couple of different types of aliens, some older aliens. Maybe they went through all the ups and downs of wars. I mean, you would assume other aliens would also have wars, whether you're civilized or not, intelligent or not. I think war is something It's something that even intelligent beings are probably embracing. I hope the hell not, but yes, thank you very much. Hey, thank you so much, Leah. Patreon needs some energy, some great videos, only $2.50 a month. And Bruce, you are hot. Thank you very much. I'm on fire. Leah, I love you for it. And thank you for the very generous contributions, everybody. Really appreciate it. Patreon video coming up this weekend for sure, 100%. And it's going to be a good one too. Thank you so much, Leah, for being there. Thank you for being here. You guys are so amazing. The awesome support that you guys and gals give. So that's what I did on the Patreon. I didn't even want to ask $3. It was maybe silly, right? But my understanding was that, and they suggested me $10, $6. But I said, if I only ask $2.50, and everyone just gives $2.50 and they get about 100 or 300 people to come, it'll give me a couple hundreds of bucks a month. It would be awesome, right? But I never really got to the 100 mark, and I've been there for years. Do you believe that? So I really appreciate those who are on Patreon. On my cover image on the top of my channel, the bottom link on the right will bring you to there, or in each section of the video in the details, the Patreon link is also there. I really appreciate that. I have to say, I know a lot of you, if not all of you, when you come to the Patreon channel, the ones that are there, I don't think have ever given me $2.50. Some people give me $4 or $5, and you don't have to give just the $2.50, but that's all you do have to give. And it really helps. So thank you so much, Leah. I love you for it. Sacrifice TV, there's a good one. Giant fossils on the moon. Thanks again, Leah. You guys rock. It could be that there's giant fossils on the moon, eh? As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some also on Mars. Like who just mentioned about the area, the Black Pyramid, yes, and the Sphinx, or not pyramids, but well, pyramids too, but the Black Sphinx. A lot of the excuses of what NASA and astronauts are saying, more NASA, they're saying, well, when the impacts occurred, it created glass, right? The volcanic glass, and these objects that were solidifying in the air, the debris that flies, a hot molten lava debris, turns into these odd shapes, and it creates a whole bunch of form. Yeah, okay, maybe it can create a bunch of little forms, but again, people ask me, Bruce, have you ever seen a crater on the moon? I don't think so. People, what the hell are you talking about? You haven't seen a crater on the moon. Where are all the holes from? The holes were created by something dropping over top, or there are ancient civilizations that were built in circles, maybe. Think of it in a circle cities. It only makes sense. Water source, dead center in the middle, vein going through like a cross, and you have all these people on top, different levels to grow, different crops at different temperatures. Makes sense when you think of it. When you look at the moon and you see that there's craters side by side, guys, right? Seriously, craters side by side, 6, 7, and 8 craters that fell in the exact effing same area. It's impossible. The straight lines that run for thousands of kilometers over and down, up and over mountains, they say that it's ejecta. Ejecta doesn't climb. And have you ever seen a volcanic strip run in a straight bloody line? It's always branching out all over the bloody place. But on the moon, you see these 90-degree angles that they say is ejecta. There's no bloody way that that's ejecta. For sure, for sure. Oh my gosh. Ed's Emporium, I hope you're still there, brother. Thanks, guys. I'm so sorry for not to thank everyone. I'm sure the mods were thanking you, but I hope so. Hey, Bruce, hope your night is going well. It really is, man. Thank you so much. I know it's been a while, but nice to hear your voice. Eddie from Dublin, Ireland. Man, I love you. Hey, it's 599, bro. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're still here so that you heard me thanking you guys. I really appreciate the amazing support you all give here. Modern Archive. Thanks so much, Ed's Emporium. You guys rock. Modern Archive says, didn't Israeli already accidentally cough, cough, deposit some live tardigrades on the Plasma moon. Yes, absolutely. Beresheet 1 crashed on the moon. So we can assume that it was a deliberate crash, maybe, so the tardigrades would live. But they did. They had living organisms in the Beresheet 1. Another thing that they had DNA information, and every file that's on Wikipedia on a metal disk, along with other files and disks, most likely, that would have crashed there. So, in the eventuality, for me, it was very scary. A dry mouth realization that there's a lot of bullshit that we're seeing and lies. But what if it's really true that there is a cataclysmic event coming and that Earth's days are really numbered, like less than 100 years? We have to. We have to go to the moon. We have to develop bases and everything there, and like real fast, so that when the crap happens here, we have to have already developed a way to create water and oxygen. It's all doable. The regolith is filled with oxygen, and don't worry, Earth's atmosphere, which is the geocorona, tells us the extremity point furthest away from Earth, still in Earth's gravity, that has oxygen, over 100,000 kilometers past the moon, if not miles. So there's lots of oxygen around the moon, because as a matter of fact, the moon is inside of Earth's oxygen area. So I guarantee you, even though it's just me without any confirmation, I guarantee you there's vegetation on the moon. I guarantee you there's more than just moss on the surface of the moon. For sure. Just my belief. Again, Bobana, thank you very much for being here. I am Kai. I didn't see my brother. Thanks for being here, man. Just like that. Boom. Thank you. Marcel, how's it? See, bro. Oh, there he is. Excuse me. They are creating a BS climate for the monkey nut crunchers. Yep, that's what they're doing. If I cough one more time, my mother's going to call me. All right, end your stream. That's enough. Coughing. She doesn't do that. I'm just bugging her. Open air prison. Yes. Yeah, you say just like that. Well, that's channel. That's exactly what's going on here on Earth. We live in a concentration camp. We are slaves with benefits, slaves with weekends. We work all of our lives, and the phone's ringing for real. Hang on. And then it stopped. Maybe my mother's teasing me, or it's the troll or hacker that has my home number that likes teasing me. Good night, Kai. Hey, bro, how's it going, Kai? I didn't see my friend Kai. Where's Kai? Sorry, I skipped that. John IS is here. Eddie Brian Dyer, thank you very much, man. There you go. Sacrifice TV. Absolutely. They can. Thank you so much, my friend. John, thanks, brother. Thanks a lot, man. I love you for it. The man is a defect spaceship. 10-4. They can. Thanks again, brother. They can terraform Sahara Desert. Yep. And listen, yeah, that's true. They're doing it. And there's a guy that did it, a whole section of the desert with some orange peels or something. I mean, this is all possible. You can grow vegetation in the desert. Everything can be changed. Didn't they do that in Dubai? Certain areas where they're able to grow fields that even plant corn now, right where the bloody desert used to be, by shooting up dirt out of the ocean floor to create an island. Same thing as China did to build their base. That's what they did. Wow, man, guys. There's Kai. I'm listening still, but just got to lay down and close my eyes. All right, so Kai's not feeling good either. Holy crap. Peter's not feeling good. A couple of people are feeling under the weather. Yeah, you said it, Jason. A massive, massive archive. Absolutely. Jason IS. Jason is. Thank you very much. Thanks again, you guys. You guys rock. Kimberly Ray is in the house. Matt Damon did it on Mars. That's right. You're right about that. Eddie Bryan, thanks again, man. I really do enjoy Bruce when he does a live stream. Find everything that he says is really interesting. Hey, I appreciate the feedback, you guys. I love you so much for it. Anybody else agree? Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that, man. They are interesting subjects. I mean, people are waiting for the moon and, to be discovered or exposed. I mean, not discovered. Yeah, sort of discovered. And now everything that is happening now, people are still saying, well, they're not going to tell us anything. Of course not. But there's new things that they're going to be doing, and they're going to get caught doing new things. Look at the James Webb secret project that they're doing. People forget that. They talk about the James Webb telescope, but in reality, it's a secret project that these guys are doing. Really want to thank each and every one of you for having stopped by the channel, guys. And I know, obviously, I can never get down to everyone. And no, well, that's the thing. The climate change that they're talking about doesn't exist. The climate of Earth, okay, will change. That's like talking about a car on idle. Oh, the muffler's going up a little bit. Or looking at the RPM on a car, 1,100 RPM, 1,900 RPM. The climate is going to change on Earth, I guess. Maybe it's going to obviously heat up as a normal, regular cycle, but it has nothing to do with the CO2, and it's not a man-made climate change. The reason why it's up a couple of degrees, 1.5 or 1.2 degrees, can be because they manipulated the surface. Somebody asked me just the last live stream, Bruce, if they're mining on the moon, I think it was Peter, how is that going to affect the moon, going to affect Earth's gravity, or the moon around Earth's gravity? It can affect it, if they're doing things on the moon, especially the moon's not supposed to be even as big as Earth. We may never know. Hey, awesome, man. Be sure to get the neighbor too. I can't stand him. No, a good bombing. I know what you mean. Thank you. Bear Post. Good evening, Bruce. Have you read Alex Jones' new book, The Great Reset? Get it. You can also order a copy of it signed by Alex Jones, which of course is a bit more expensive, but that way you contribute to him. And don't forget to pick up your Brain Force. Listen, I love the guy. I love, I haven't tried the products. I see the products that he sells, Alex Jones. He, his dad was into pharmaceuticals, if I'm not mistaken, another scary thing, but I love the guy. I love everything that Alex is doing. Looking at him up to everything he's doing from the Sandy Hook trial all the way, which lasted for a long time. Now he just got out of court this afternoon or something again, talking about wanting to have him pay $8 million. In reality, the guy doesn't have that money. So, and no, I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. And Albanese were not voted in. Trey were placed. It's all over the world. That's really what's going on. Everyone is being placed as puppets there. Interesting theory to ponder. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you so much, Bear Post. No, I didn't see his new book. You can be sure as hell I'm definitely going to order his new book. And good news. Did you see Tucker Carlson? Tucker Carlson was talking about him also. The Times magazine obviously has a review where they label the best book sold during the year. And they had another person's book up there, supposedly as a bestseller. When, as of today or yesterday, Alex Jones is the number 9th bestseller, I believe, around the world. He's trying to get to number 1. He was number 1 on Apple websites and a whole bunch of places, but they're keeping him from getting up there, which is really, really sad. There's obviously a lot of people that did check out his book. And for somebody that wants to know the whole story, if you go get that Great Reset book, obviously you sit down and read 50 pages and you're going to know more than all of your neighbors know about the story. It seems complex, but it really isn't when you listen to everyone, whistleblowers, and even Alex Jones talking about, there's also Project Veritas. Also, they come in with their reporters they have wires, and they try to get the leftists and the Democrats speaking up about stupid shit, and they're getting caught. Democrats are definitely going out, I think, is what's going to be going on. Ladies and gents, I will never be able to thank you all enough for the amazing support that you give the channel. We're getting there. 102 is good. Hopefully we're a bit more than that now. Most likely. I say when we get up to 200, because that's how it is here. 422. That's what we need as for likes. 422 would be good. 422, is that right after having smoked? And I'm not 420, but 422. Great respect for you, Bruce. Thanks so much, Jason. Darla, Kai, and all you crazy kids. That's right. Stay crazy, y'all. And listen, people who like my channel and that are amazed that I'm answering comments, well, keep commenting so I can answer more comments. Better Than Memories channel. Hi, great show. Thank you so much. Again, I'm really sorry for answering these late, you guys. So sorry about that. Thank you very much. Better Than Memories. Better Than Memories. I'm going to scream it out so that people can hear that I'm thanking them all. And for those that I did miss, I'm very sorry about it, everybody. His Highness in the house. Of course, only the moon has a little cloud that's stuck on it tonight. And that's how it is. I believe that it's a hole in the freaking moon where the cloud's coming out. And look at it the way you want. Every time we have a clear sky, the moon's out, the clouds form around the moon. All the time, 99% of the time. It's a cricket. Eddie Bryan says, Book of Enoch is very interesting to read. Yep, but the Book of Thomas is yeah. I just was mentioned that this week, actually. The Book of Thomas is another to look out for. Thank you very much for sharing that, Eddie. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Fighting it. Peter Benton is fighting it. Oh, wow. 9:30. Good on you, man. There you go. Absolutely, my wise friends. There are not thousands of races out there, but trillions of races. Love hearing that. I agree with you 100%. Some of the moon and some more on Earth. I believe it 100%. We've always coexisted, right? And the higher ones are obviously regulating that interaction and stuff. And, I believe it. I think it should be a lot less scary, the fact that there are more races involved with Earth, because a lot of people believe that, oh my God, if one alien lands on Earth, we're screwed. They're here already. They come and go. Obviously, they coexist with us. And Enochi there. Here the governments are going the stage and yeah, exactly. I believe it. I definitely believe it. Yeah, Trojan condoms, Trojan viruses, Trojan asteroids, lots of different ones. The moon's my baby, and I miss her now because she is hiding. Yeah, well, she's with me tonight, buddy. I hope I'm going to be going out to see that. Leia says the Vatican didn't even use to let people know didn't even use to let people have Bibles at all. That's another interesting point. No, you're right about that. You are right about that. People would go into the church, they'd hand out the books and then take back the books. There must have been a lot of people ripping out pages. I'd be doing it every week. No, I wouldn't be ripping out pages of the Bible. What? This is what I'm afraid of, John S. Listen, I'm sort of afraid of it. Nola 504, hello to you. Thanks, guys. And again, sorry for the ones that I missed. I am going to have to get off. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for the generous contributions. Also, if you're here, you're contributing to the channel. Bear Post, thanks again so much. And at the same time, thanks for mentioning Alex Jones. I think it's beautiful that people give shout outs and talk about, especially the real ones, guys. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Whether you like or dislike Alex Jones for whatever the reason, because you don't like his announcements or you don't like this or that, the guy, I mean, give credit where it's due. The guy's exposing a whole lot of stuff and obviously has had a lot of threats. TheBlackVault.com is the channel I have nothing to do with, but I suggest if you want to take a look at everything and anything that's being declassified, both with the Emergency Act, civilians in the States can have a certain classified files declassified. Sometimes it takes a year and a half, it can take up to 3 years, but it's where everything is going to be revealed and declassified. They're picking them up there. They're not necessarily talking on the news about what's being declassified. Right? Thank you so much, guys. I hope to interact with many people this evening again tomorrow morning with the coffee, answering all the comments on the last few videos. So if you want to get a reply back from me, some people say it's hard to reach me. I answer all comments on the videos. So you're more than welcome to, and I thank you all for it. Thanks for the thumbs up, mods, everyone. Missing Book of the Bible is a good read, available on Amazon. Missing Books of the Bible. There, you just said it right there. I mean, that'll probably tell them all. There's lots that was omitted, eh? And it's not that they're invisible, those books. They're everywhere. It's just that people don't talk about them. Certain things that I just know without having done any research. My own family members that are Catholic, you know, I'm Protestant, but they're I'm not practicing. I'm for God. That's it. The Maccabees book is, you know, the Roman Catholics like, don't read that. That's not good. This isn't good. How about letting us read all the scriptures and, you know, without omitting the books, make our own decisions in that way? It would be a lot better. I love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you all straight up this evening or tomorrow. I'll be up early tomorrow, and I'll get that early video up for you guys about the moon. Tonight, I have to go outside now, so you guys should too. If you want to see the Orionid meteor showers, well, all this month and all next month, and it's peaking this month on the 20th. So I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. See you all later.